So voila, there we go. Today's Wednesday, right? Oy, I'm getting all my days mixed up this week. Okay, so go ahead and have a seat in swastikasana. Okay. Release the legs down. Turn the upper arms out and broaden across the chest. And then slowly, steadily descend the shoulders away from the ears. Bring the palms together at the center chest and allow the eyes to close now from top to bottom. Soften the skin across the face, across the jaw and the neck, the shoulders and the arms. Join me for the sound of Om, and we'll continue with the invocation. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya chavaichakena yopa karutam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi abahu Purushakaram Shankak Chakrasidarinam Sahasara Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Hari Om. Release the head down towards the heart center and surrender there completely. Then release the hands with the palms up. Bring the head up with closed eyes and gently open the eyes. So we're going to start lying down on the ground. Have a strap with you. Have a blanket if you want a blanket for your head as a pillow. But aside from that, that's all we should need to begin. I forgot to strap. So once you're on your back, bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. Use your hands and move the buttock flesh away from your lower back. Even if it's, not much, still do that so that the lower back is long, the abdomen is soft. Go ahead and make a loop with your strap, pardon me. because we will be using that in a moment for Supta Padmasana. And you can just set that aside for now. Straighten the left leg, straighten the right leg, so that both feet press forward, inner heels away. Keep the buttock flesh moving towards the heels now, so that's a little bit of effort, and then spread across the mounds of the foot. Take the arms up, hook your thumbs, and lengthen the arms overhead, keeping the side waist down. Keep the legs firm. So when you spread the mounds of the foot from the big toe to the small toe, feel how that descends the front thighs and can even help you take the inner groins towards the ground. Change the hook of your thumbs. Of course, keep the outer upper arms turning towards the ceiling. And then release the arms and bend your right leg and hug the right leg in for Ekapada Pavana Mukhatasana. Stay with the work in your left leg. And then change sides. And then hug both legs in for Dvipada Pavana Mukhatasana. Pull the shin bones straight down. Relax the groins. Put the feet on the floor and go back to the right leg hugging in. And then once you do, find your strap and Supta Padmasana 1. So hook above the heel. Let the elbows bend a little so the shoulder blades are down the back, and begin with that Supta Padmasana 1, keeping a good effort in your left leg. Reach up with the right hand, hold close to the foot. You can bring the foot in a little if the leg is fine, if the front groin stays deep. And then inhale, open the right leg out to the right. Press through the mound of the right big toe. Keep that outer right hip firmed towards the ceiling. Neck and shoulders soft. Now, as you stay there, keep the left frontal thigh weighted as if my foot were there, right? Pressing that thigh down, rolling the inner groin down. But elongate more and more through your inner right leg into the mound of the foot. And then inhale, bring that leg back up. You can bring the foot a little closer, keep the frontal groin deep, and then change sides. Again, connect with that sense of touch on the front right thigh. Descend that front right thigh, hold the straps with your left hand, and come on out to the left side. Now deepen the right frontal thigh down and extend out through your inner left leg into the mound of the big toe. Inhale, come back up to Supta Padmasana 1. You can deepen that a little bit. And then release and go back to the first side. Now, this time, go on and, work like you would normally in Supta Padangusthasana 1. Press through the mound of the feet. Keep the frontal groin on that right leg deep. Now, if it's within your range and you want, you can take a hold of the big toe mound or the big toe with your right 2 fingers. Keep that right frontal groin deep, but you have to also keep the mound of the big toe pressing. It might not be as dramatic as before, but you don't want this hyper flexed foot. You want that pranic action of the leg. Now, Supta Padangusthasana 1. Now we're going to go to Supta Padangusthasana 2, or a preparation thereof. So you're going to bend the right leg, steer the right heel towards your left shoulder. Now, you guys know, keep this right knee crease at a 90 degrees. So no fair doing this. That's not good. You want to keep that knee crease, roll the foot towards your left shoulder, roll the right thigh away from you. So it should feel like I have a hold of your outer right groin and I'm pulling that towards your left foot. You can take a hold of the outer right ankle with your left hand as well as your right hand and work in that way. In fact, it's a really good way to work. If you still have the strap, you can work like so with the strap, and you can still take a hold of the heel or the outer ankle. Be where it's correct for you. Now, I will say, when I'm doing this pose, I notice it's something I do. I don't so much instruct it. You can roll a little to the left, and it'll help you get the right buttock to move out of your waist a little bit more, or it offers that opportunity. So that could be helpful. Breathe. Breathe into the side body and keep moving that outer right hip towards your left foot. Then either hold the big toe or use the strap, straighten the leg back to Supta Padangusthasana 1. Keep your left leg long, keep the action in the left leg, and bring your hand onto the left frontal thigh. Now, if you have abdominal issues going on, you don't do this next part. If you're on your menstrual cycle, don't do this next part. It's just a quick part. But with an exhale, press through the mounds of the feet, bend your right elbow to the right, lift the chest towards the right shin. You can bring the shin in towards you, but you want to keep that outer groin moving away from you. Look out towards the straight left leg, descend the left thigh to lift more. Then exhale, come down, hug both legs in. Relax the abdomen. And change sides. So, strap or no strap, you can start with the strap if you want. Deepen that left hip away from you. Deepen the left frontal groin, inner groin, outer groin. So, sometimes it's nice to have the distance with the strap because it can help you connect with the activity in the legs. But that's not to say you can't deepen the work. So go ahead and grab the big toe mound, or the big toe, if that's workable for you. You can see when I do that, my shoulder's not entirely down, but it shouldn't disrupt your neck. Right? And with time, that'll come closer. Then bend the knee, turn the thigh bone out, and bring the foot towards your right shoulder. You can grab a hold of the outer ankle, be there, breathe. Work to get that outer hip to cut away, low back long. Keep the neck and the jaw soft. Okay. Then back up to Supta Padangusthasana 1. Right hand on the right thigh, press through the mounds of the foot. And exhale, bend the left elbow, lift the chest towards the shin. Look out towards your right foot and elongate that leg more. Right thigh down to help you lift another inch up off the ground. And exhale, release and come down. Hug both legs in. Then release the legs, turn onto the side. Come on up and take Adho Mukha Vajrasana, child's pose. So big toes together. Descend the outer groins. Collarbones broaden. Press the palms well so the forearms are lifted. Breathe into the side body. Keep the hands where they are. Keep your feet where they are. Lift up, turn your toes under, and take downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Reach the heel bones back and down. Descend the buttock towards the heels to help the heel bones come closer and closer to the earth. Imagine your collarbones want to move kind of towards your thighs. Then walk your hands back to your feet. And with your inhale, come on up with the head last. Get what you need for Shirshasana. We're going to take headstand either in the middle of the room or at the wall. Now, if you're not going upside down today for headstand, I would have you take, you can do two things. You can do both if you want. I would actually have you take Supta Virasana, would be the most preferable pose to take. If that gets to be too much, so, you know, Supta Virasana, you guys know the setup. I'm just going to do it real quick. You know, have a pillow. If it gets to be too much, then you can come out. So Supta Virasana would be here, and you should have a little bit of support. Right? But if it gets to be too much on the knees or the back or anything, you know, you have enough height so that it should be supported and comfortable. But you can also take Supta Swastikasana. So the legs just would be in that cross-legged position. And you could be here. And of course, you want to switch those about midway through. The rest of you, get ready for Shirshasana. Headstand. I'm going to move my clock down here so I can keep an eye on the time for all of us. I am interested in building time still in headstand. Yay, good. Hi, Mickey. And in doing that, you want to make sure that your setup is strong, meaning you want to make sure Look, the pitfalls and the pain that should not be in your cervical spine. There should be no pain there, right? So the neck should be free. Now, where the effort will come, and what is correct, is when you start to feel something in your mid-back, that area efforting, that's good effort and that's normal, okay? So that comes from the shoulder blades lifting and so forth. So keep in mind the way we were working before, right? Interlocking the fingers and not the grip here with the heel of the hand, but the hand apart so that, let's see, I don't know if this shows, so that the head goes into the hands, right? The thumbs will just be there with your outer wrist down. Okay, so the whole hand, elbows, shoulders, distance apart, right? Just as a reminder, those are all the setup points. And that. So as you're ready now, go ahead and bring your forearms down, interlock the fingers, forearms down. Press the outer wrist down. Keep your head up today to begin. Turn your toes under, lift the hips, and press the outer wrist down so the biceps lift up. Walk in and set the crown of the head down. Now you can feel the head and the hands. Now press the outer wrist once you do. And then when you're ready, go on and come up. As you press the outer wrists, the triceps, your outer upper arms, should flow forward in the direction of your gaze. Once you're up, push up through the heels and roll the buttock flesh into the heels with your feet a little apart. It'll give you a little more room. Now, keep that sensation of the buttock lifted. Really push the buttock flesh up, and that will activate the gluteals, your outer gluteals. You should feel that. Maintain that, and slowly bring the legs closer together until you can touch the mound of the big toes together. Then keep the buttock lifted, but spread the mounds of the foot to the ceiling. You'll almost feel like your toenails reach up. It's a ball of the foot action, but it'll feel like toenails. And feel how that takes your thighs, front thighs, back as the buttock lifts. Bear weight in the outer wrist so the shoulder blades lift and move in towards the back of the chest. And feel then how that work of the legs begins to take the tailbone in. Then elongate up through the inner legs and into the mound of the foot. Feel how that lift begins to firm your outer thighs to the midline, as if the flesh of your outer thighs were rolling forward. Breathe. Observe the breath in the sides of the body, side waist, side ribs. Let your eyes look straight forward. And when you do that, if you're well on the crown of the head, the eyes will look kind of at the wall in front of you. You should be able to see out of your periphery both the floor and the ceiling. Can you soften the eyes back towards the brain as well? Soften the nose bone back towards the brain. And then every once in a while, you may need to separate the legs and get that action of the legs again. So you don't need to wait for me to do that. You just do that if you feel you need a little extra lift in the pose. Last minute. So in that last minute, assuming you're stable, if you feel like, oh, I'm kind of wobbly, then don't. But if you're stable, turn both legs out, heels touch, and take the legs into Upavishta. So go wide, roll the right buttock bone to the right heel, the left buttock bone to the left heel, and then press the mounds of the big toes away. The feet will come slightly forward. I can kind of see my legs out of my periphery, just a little bit. That's normal. Keep the buttock lifted. You'll feel the outer groins lift. Then bring the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana, and lift the tailbone to the heels as you pull the heels to the tailbone. Then Shirshasana. Now stay with me. If you need to come down, come down. But if you can do that again, do it again. Baddha Konasana. Keep the outer wrist pressing. Then Shirshasana. Then once you've caught the tailbone again, take a breath, press the outer wrist, and with your exhale, slowly come down, legs straight, roll the buttock to the heels, and reach through the mounds of the foot. Feel how the mounds of the foot reaching help your frontal thighs to stay lifted and take you down slowly with control. And then when you touch down, take child's pose. Those of you in alternative poses, you can come on up and also take child's pose. And then bring your hands under your shoulders, press the floor away, come up with your head last. Then bring your feet together and your knees together, Vajrasana. Keep the frontal groins down, outer hips down. Come forward again in Vajrasana, extend the arms forward. Abdomen deep, relaxed, soft, jaw soft as well. Side ribs roll forward to give you the distance. Soften the inner groins, frontal groins. Surrender there a little bit. Soften the jaw and the tongue as well. Then hands under your shoulders, inhale, and come on up. Okay, we're going to set up for Salamba Sarvangasana. Okay, so shoulder stand is next. If you are not going upside down tonight, this afternoon, whatever it is, then as an alternative here, or if you're on your cycle, right, the alternative to shoulder stand this evening is Setubandha Sarvangasana, done in the way I'm going to show you right now, with 2 blankets folded in half, fringes are pointing away. This side where the foldage is the side where my head should go. I'm going to take a brick. I'm going to make sure you can see me there. So the Setubandha, there's so many, but the one I want you to take today for this alternative is here. Brick on tall, right under the tailbone, upper arm bones turned out. Notice where my elbows are. I don't let them get over my shoulders. Turn the arm bones out, keep the elbows down. Straighten the legs. The feet can be a little apart, and this one's fine. Reach through the mounds of the foot. And you kind of feed that lift. In the upper back and in the chest. Otherwise, you're going to go ahead and take regular shoulder stand. So get your setup. Let's see, do I need to tell you about shoulder stand tonight? Not really. We're going to do normal stuff, but we are going to do some stuff. You know, we'll take shoulder stand and we'll take halasana and karna pidasana and supta konasana. Oh, I know, that was it. The thing that we are going to do tonight that we don't always do, but we should do, is Parsvahalasana. Now, if you need chairs for your feet, just have them. If you need height, right, just have chairs or a stool or whatever you need. And Parsvahalasana, just as a reminder, is, I'll show it just real quick like, and then we'll all go in because you can't see me when we're in it. Hopefully not. So Parsvahalasana is when we go, you know, it goes halasana, karna pidasana, then supta konasana, legs wide. Parsvahalasana is to one side, and you push the buttock towards that heel. This is my left side. My weight is in my left arm. My right arm is not weighted all that much, but I look directly up to the ceiling, right? So that's that. And then we'll come back to center and continue. So go ahead and get ready. I hope you could see that. Yeah, I think you could. Go ahead and get ready. Have a strap for your arms, most preferably. I am going to do with you. I think I'm going to turn this way because I think that might offer a better view so that you can kind of see what to do with the legs if you're not sure. Although, like I said, you should be in the pose. So as you're ready, come on up into shoulder stand. So it's that initial shoulder stand, that very first part, where we will spend the bulk of our time. Once you're there, just like headstand, separate the feet a little, lift the buttock. Feel your triceps roll to the elbows. Then bring the mounds of the big toes together. Press the mounds of the foot up and lengthen the inner legs upward. Feel how then the frontal thighs press back as the buttock is lifted and the tailbone is in. Keep the elbows flowing away from you and broaden across the collarbones. And then when the legs are together, feel how the outer thighs flow forward in the direction of your gaze while keeping the tailbone in. And allow the gaze to flow down towards the chest. Soften the face and the jaw and the tongue. Keep working your hands up your back so that you can feel the pressure, not just in your thumb and index finger. You want to transform the hands so that you bring more pressure into the small finger side of the hand as you hold on to the back.
Now, as that happens, lengthen through the sides of the neck so the back of the skull has a sense of flowing away from you. Breathe into the side body. So again, if the pose starts to feel heavy, separate your feet, lift the buttock, push the buttock up, bring the mounds of the big toes together and lift through the inner legs to give yourself a little height. Now, last little bit here. Let's go ahead and turn the legs out now. And we're going to go wide legs like Upavishta. Buttock bones, right buttock bone to right heel, left buttock bone to left heel, and then press the mounds of the foot away. Feel how that gives your thigh a sense of buoyancy, right? Without it, it should feel like, oh, the thighs are going to feel like, oh, heavy little blobs there. They want to drop down. But if you press the mounds of the foot away, the legs take on a whole new pranic activity. Then, Padmasana. Halasana. Halasana. Now, get the legs down for Halasana. Turn the toenails onto the floor and roll the buttock towards the heels. Press the top of the foot down so the front thighs lift. Then you can remove your strap for a moment. Bend your knees towards your ears and take your arms around the legs. Deepen the frontal groin. Abdomen deep and soft. Now straighten the legs like Halasana again. Find your strap, put it back on. Try not to get the buckle on your skin. Hands to the back again. Now, legs wide. Roll the buttock to the heels. Right buttock bone, right heel, left buttock bone, left heel. But still press the mounds of the foot away so the front thighs are lifted. Feel how your frontal groins and outer groins lengthen the sides of the body. Then, right foot to your left foot. Slide it over there. And you can even go a little further to the left. Now, it should not be a sharp crease at your hips. Instead, roll the buttock to the heels. And then firm your outer left heel towards your right heel. Feel how that keeps the legs upright. Breathe. Then legs wide. Go to the other side. Left foot to right foot. Go a little further if you can. You want those feet to get close to shoulder level. Then roll the buttock to the heels. Hug your outer right heel to your inner left heel and lift the frontal groins, even though the buttock rolls. It should be like a swooping action through the buttock. Now come back to Halasana. Hands up the back. Shoulder stand. I know, we've already been there once. We're going back. Get the lift. Find the breath. Now, keep your left leg lifted. Lower the right leg halfway down. Push through the heel first. Buttock to that heel. Then when you're about halfway, press the mound of the big toe away and feel the lift you can gain in your outer right hip to the left foot. Turn the left thigh from outside in. If you can seek the ground with that right big toe, you can go ahead and do that, and that'll give you even more stability. Turn the left thigh from outside in. Exhale, lift the right leg back up. Change sides. So left leg starts to lower, mound of the big toe away, and you can see the floor or the chair. Outer left hip lifts, turn your right leg from outside in. Exhale, lift the left leg back up. Walk your hands up your back. Shoulder stand. Then Halasana. Release the strap. Now keep the legs firm, right? Keep the mounds of the foot pressing away and slowly lower yourself down vertebra by vertebra, mound of the foot pressing away for control. And slowly you set yourself back down. Then once you're ready, roll the shoulders off the blankets and rest. Now, for those of you that were in Setu Bandha, go ahead and release and come down. And you'll roll to the side and just get rid of your props and just lie on your back there on the floor. Oh, Setu Bandha people, I'm sorry. Sit in swastikasana and bend forward for a moment if you've been in Setu Bandha. Then I'm going to have to move because you won't see me. But most of you can just slide back until the hips land on the floor. And then when they do, take your arms out wide like a T. So hands at shoulder height. I'm just moving because I think that sends me off camera. I'm just not sure. So. So then everybody lift the knees towards your chest. Press the back of the hand down. Shoulder blades on the back. Exhale, take the knees towards your left elbow. Press your left hand to take the right shoulder down. Relax the abdomen and flow it towards your right hand. Inhale, lift to center. Exhale the knees towards your right elbow. Lift them up so that also it's like a swooping action in your back again, similar to that Parsvahalasana. Press the back of the right hand, left shoulder down. Relax the abdomen and flow it to your left hand. Inhale back to center. Take the knees back to the left. Turn the abdomen to the right. Now press the back of the left hand, keep your feet together. And as you exhale, you begin to straighten your legs. Roll the buttock to the heels and press the mounds of the foot away. Then bend the knees, lift the legs to center. Exhale to the right. If you're dealing with abdominal stuff, please don't do this. Just put your legs in swastikasana and reach the arms overhead. Otherwise, when the legs go to the right, same thing, abdomen to the left, and then legs together, buttock to the heels, mounds of the foot press away, abdomen left. Bend the knees, inhale to center. You can repeat either one of those, or you can straighten the legs down at 90 degrees. And with an exhale, take your feet towards the left hand, buttock to the heels. Press the back of the hand, abdomen to the right. Breathe. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Press the back of the right hand, buttock to the heels. Inhale back to center and hug the legs in. Okay, roll yourself onto the right hand side. Move your props aside, open your mat, and you can have a strap.
And when you open your mat, take a blanket and lay it out on your mat long ways. So it's covering the whole mat. And I'll show you. Oh. Kind of like that, right? Like so. So it just makes things a little nice and comfy. We're gonna do some seated work and some forward bends. So have what you need. Some of you will find you do well with a strap with forward bends. Some of you might need something to sit on, a blanket or something. So then, go on and have a seat. Take the legs wide for Upavishta. So I'm just waiting on a couple of you there on screen. Once you're in Upavishta now, you can make a fist out of your hands, bring it behind your hips, lift your hips up, roll your buttock to your heels. Really get some length there out of the buttock to the heels, set down again. Then spread the mounds of the foot. Spread from the big toe to the small toe. All right. You can keep the hands behind you. Now when you press out through the mounds of the foot, feel how that can help you take the front thighs down. Now just a little leg therapy. You're going to take the heel of one hand right to the frontal groin of that same leg. I don't care which leg you start with, but press straight down. You'll kind of lean to the other side. And use the mound of the foot, use the length of the buttock, but try and get this front thigh to go down. It'll almost give you a sense that your femur bone is being drawn away from the hip socket in a certain way, in a really nice, spacious way. And look for that frontal thigh to surrender. And change sides. And it almost will give you a sense that your legs are trying to get a little longer. That's good. Make that frontal groin deep, that frontal thigh deep. Come back to center, hold the inner knees, bring your feet into Baddha Konasana. Just let them land wherever it is they land. Don't try and get them super close. Keep this inner thigh, inner knee skin lifted. Then bring your hands to the floor. Bring your buttock bones towards your heels. And then again, instead of pushing down now, I'm going to hook my thumb on the inner knee and lengthen that inner leg. It's actually a lengthening of this inner thigh. I lengthen it away from me. Now, the knee might come to the ground. That's fine, but please don't force that, okay? But now I'm working, this is my left leg, so when the knee reaches away, you push a little with your right heel and try and create a similar action in your inner right leg. And then change sides. Keep your buttock bones moving to your heel bones. But keep the inner legs long. And you can hold on to both feet, turn the arms out, lift the chest. Keep those inner legs nice and wide. Then Dandasana. Now I'm going to turn back long on my mat. And you might want to also. When you come to Dandasana, place the hands down, buttock to the heels, sit down, then spread the mounds of the foot and feel how the back thigh broadens, in that order. Hands come to the sides, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. You can slowly and steadily straighten the arms to lift the chest. Now, we're beginning with Maha Mudra. So I'm going to bend my left leg and bring the sole of the foot against my inner right leg. So I just really bend it and let it go to where it goes. Put the sole to my inner right leg. Then again, right buttock bone to right heel, left buttock bone to left heel. Broaden the mound of your right foot. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. Right foot. I asked you to bend your left leg. Blech, sorry. Reach the arms up. Exhale, come forward. You either use the strap or you can use your first two fingers on each hand to hook the big toe. Now this is special for Maha Mudra, right? So it's not hooking the big toe for every forward bend. But now broaden the mound of your right foot. Press the big toe mound away. Feel how that left buttock bone, it kind of wants to roll to the left heel a little bit more so this leg turns out. Lift the side body so the collarbones broaden and allow the abdomen to draw back. It's not a grip. It should be a resulting action thanks to how you work your legs and your side body. Now, breathe. Keep the lift of the chest. Keep the work of the legs. And with your exhale, let the chin roll towards the chest and the eyes close. Keep the lift of the side body. It's like the trunk of the body should get longer as you work with your legs. Then keep the eyes closed. Inhale, lift the head back to center. Gently open the eyes and release. Dandasana. Change sides. Reach up through the arms. So again, we're lengthening the side body, but notice if you maintain the work of the legs, you'll get a little bit more. Come forward, hook your fingers. And now mound that left big toe away. Feel how your right thigh turns out a bit, giving a lift to the base of the pelvic floor. Now, side body going up, collarbones broad. Take a breath, and with your exhale, shin towards the chest as the eyes close. Now, breathe into the side body and keep elongating the side body away from the earth. Then inhale, lift the head with closed eyes. And gently open the eyes and come back to center. Dandasana. Janu Shirshasana. Bend the left leg. Bring the left heel to your inner left groin. Turn to face the right leg. Reach up. Exhale, up and over. Hold the top of the right toes or use your strap. Now relax the abdomen so it turns slightly towards that right leg. Take the hands to the outer foot or to the heel, or you use your strap. Now inhale and exhale. Bend the elbows wide and come forward over that leg. Now stay and observe how that experience in Maha Mudra helps to steer you in the other forward bends. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest. And exhale, release. Straighten the left leg. In the right leg. Janushirshasana. So still feel that right buttock moves towards the right heel, left buttock to the left heel, but then broaden the mound of your left big toe. Lift up, come forward. Imagine your hand is on your front thigh again, or you could even press that front thigh again. Create that same tactile sensation from before. Crawl the hands down the foot. Inhale, and with your exhale, bend the elbows and come forward. Keep your fingers off the front of your foot. Fingers and hands belong on the sole of your foot only. Crawl the side ribs forward. Always think about whether you make it down to your leg or not. Keep in mind that these are called forward bends, not downward bends. It's not about getting your head to your shin. The thing that should touch down first really is the abdomen, then the chest, then eventually the head. Work in that order. Don't be greedy, or the pose won't pay off for you. Not that we don't all do that at some point. Lift the head, and with your exhale, release. This is why yoga is so important. It teaches us about ourselves. Right, first side again. Bend the left leg. This time, hands either side of the right leg. Turn the chest. Now, if you're using a strap, keep using a strap, right? But you're going to lift your left arm, and with an exhale, take your left hand, the fingers, to hold your outer right foot. So if you can reach that, you go for that. If you can take the hand to the outer heel, then you do that. Right hand pushes straight down into the ground, helping you to adjust the body over that right leg. Relax the abdomen, let it deflate, and lengthen the side body. Now, from there, take the right hand across your left arm, so right forearm across the left forearm, and hold the outer edge, or the inner edge, pardon me, of your right foot. Then inhale, lengthen the side ribs. Exhale, elbows go wide, and you extend the side body forward over the right leg. Breathe into the side body. To come up, straighten the arms, lift the chest, and release. Last side. So here's the thing, by the way, even if you can't reach your feet, you can do that. So I'll show you with the strap on the other side. Bring your right leg back. So many of you that are here with me probably have already figured that out. If I can't quite get to my foot, I can reach my right arm up and take a hold of the strap at the left. I would hold both at first. Push the left hand down. And then when the time comes, I just cross the arms and hold like that. So that, again, I can bend in a similar way, getting the elbows to lift, which is kind of the idea of this variation. So go on, grab the outer foot if you haven't already. Press the left hand down, breathe. Descend the right buttock. Cross the forearms, lift the chest. Exhale, elbows bend wide, come forward. Straighten the arms, lift the chest, and release. Straighten both legs. Dandasana. Draw the mounds of the foot. Trianga Mukha Ekapada. So that's the one. Your right leg is going to go in Virasana first. So I sit at the inner edge of my right foot. You may, if you wish, have a blanket. So I'm going to turn forward just so you can see. So that means my right leg is going into Virasana. You arrange that leg well. You can see I'm sitting inside of the heel. If it feels like you're really tipping to the side, grab a blanket, put it under your buttock. However, if you set up that Dandasana well and the buttock rolls to the heels and you spread the mounds of the foot, it will start to alleviate that tipping feeling. So the inner groin should go down, but you start to work with that and decide, can you keep the legs strong, which starts to keep you upright. It's a process. Reach up. Come forward. Lengthen the side body. Hold the bottom of the foot. Then as you're ready, elbows bend wide and you come forward. Straighten the arms, lift the chest, and then release. Straighten both legs. Change sides. So, awaken that right leg. Reach the arms, and with your exhale, come forward. Keep the right leg awakened. Come on into the pose. Lengthen the side body. Breathe into the nose. Straighten the arms, lift the chest, and exhale, release. Come to Dandasana. I want us to get through a few of these, so we're not going to repeat a whole lot. A sequence like this, you could repeat these poses and you could really hold them for like 3 or 5 minutes too. So if you want to do this on your own, that's one place you can go with it. Now, we're going to take Marichasana 1. So hold the back of your left knee and bend your left knee. So you deepen that crease, bring the heel in close. We're going to turn to your right. So you lift the left arm up, exhale, turn to the right, as if you're trying to get these left ribs to crawl up that inner left leg, and you turn. Use the leg and the arm together, but work to keep that outer hip down. Turn. Then come back to center. Change sides. Exhale, turn to your left. So, you kind of want the armpit inside of the knee and then crawl those right ribs up the inner right thigh. Turn. Outer right hip going down. Now, once you're out there, what happened to your left foot? It's easy to forget about that guy. And come back to center. You either repeat that or you take the full pose, which is going to be turning. You straighten the left arm. Exhale, coming forward. So the more forward you can get, you can see the more forward I go, the further down my leg, my armpit goes. And that's really useful when I bring this arm behind. So you can use your opposite hand, get that arm behind. Use the left hand to hold the right wrist. You can use a strap there as well between the two hands. Now, mound the right big toe away, inner left heel down, lengthen the side ribs. Breathe. And exhale, extend the frontal body forward towards that right leg. And inhale, come on up, release that side. Change sides. So start with the twisting action. All right. Reach the right arm and try and really reach so you get low on the right shin. Bring that arm behind. Then inhale, inner right heel down, mound of the left big toe away. Exhale, lengthen to come forward. Inhale, up you come. Release that leg. Pull, Dandasana. Now, buttock to the heels, spread the mounds of the foot to broaden the back thigh. Shoulders back. Now, feel the top thigh descend. Let's see, Paschimottanasana. So lift up and lift out of your waist. Keep the thighs down. Exhale, come forward. Lift the chest. Hold the outer foot all the way towards the outer heels if possible. Keep that lift, thighs down, and with your exhale, bend the elbows and extend the frontal body forward. You can have something for your head if you'd like. Absolutely fine. Have that if you need it. Keep your legs away. Inhale, lift the chest, and with your exhale, release. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Nope, I'm not. Okay, Dandasana. We're twisting. So Marishasana 3 now. If your back gets tired, get some blankets under your buttock. It will help. Okay, so now we're going to bend our right leg. Bring the right heel in close. We're only doing this once. So I'm going to say, grab a hold of your inner right leg with your inner elbow. Use your right hand. Turn the abdomen to the right. Right hand behind you and turn. So that's the first part. Now, press the mound of your left big toe away and deepen that turn. Then if you wish, you could bring your left elbow beyond your outer right knee. Crawl the left side ribs up your inner right thigh and turn. Mound of the left big toe away. And then release back to center. Okay. So that'll also start to relieve the back. Bend your left leg. Hold with your inner right arm, but as you do that, move the abdomen to the left, hold the arm, hand behind. So begin the turn there. Breathe. Lift your chest. Do not hunch over the leg. Get that lift out of your side ribs like you got in those forward bends. All right, so the side ribs should stay long. Don't hug it. Lift out of it. Because it's really about your abdomen. All right. Now press through the mound of the right big toe. Feel how that awakens the lower abdomen. Now, if you wish, bring your right elbow beyond your left knee. Keep the mound of the right big toe pressing away. Exhale, turn to the left. And then release back to center. Okay. Last bit here. Let's see, how are we going to do this today? I want for you to take Ardha Matsyendrasana. So here's how you do. You can have a couple blankets. In fact, you should have, everybody have 2 blankets. Pile them up. So I'm folding them the kind of the thick fat way, so that when I pile them up, you know, they're kind of almost square, almost. And I'm going to put them beside me on the wooden floor so that I can easily grab hold. Now, I think you'll see more if I turn my back to you. I'm sorry, but I'm going to turn my back to you, and I'm going to put these guys by my side so I have access to them, okay? Now, just watch, and then we'll do together. I'm going to bend my left leg and bring my left foot under my hips. Do you see how that foot, my toes are pointing to my right? You see that? My left knee's pointing forward. This is the position of the pose. So you could do this with no blankets, but I'm going to teach with today. So then you can take either one blanket between the foot and your buttock, or 2. Now, I'm not done. So this is where we start. The right foot, that's this side, is going to cross over my knee, and we're going to twist. Now, if when you do that, you go, there is just no way, I'm going to fall over, that's okay. Here's what you do instead. You put the blankets under your buttock. So it's just different ways of doing the same pose and different, you know, differences. My left foot now is going to come over here to my right. So instead of sitting on it, it's over here. And I'm sitting on the blankets, and I bring my right foot beyond the left knee, and we're going to turn to the right. Okay? So that should give you enough ammunition to sort of deal with this pose. So again, I'll keep my back turned to you. I'm going to use one blanket. Use one, use 2, use none if you want. But I'll just tell you it'll be more comfortable with one, or at least with one. So when you hook your heel, just hook the outer heel right over the outer knee. Lift the left arm and exhale. You can use your right hand, drag your abdomen to the right, hook that left arm. Lift the chest, and now relax the abdomen. Press the inner right heel down. Lift from deep inside and turn. And then release back to center. Change sides. So the right foot's going to come underneath now. Use that blanket if you can. Cross your left foot over. Now use your left hand, drag the abdomen to the left. Hook your right elbow deeply. Lift through your side ribs, just like you did in your seated poses, in those forward bends. Lift through the side ribs. Lift from deep inside and turn to the left. And then release back to center. Dandasana. Ready? Baddha Konasana. Buttock bones to heel bones. Broaden across the collarbones as you extend through the inner leg. Grow through your side body. Shoulders away from the ears. Hey, lift the chest. It's not this. It's this. Lift the chest. Okay. Then knees together, feet together. Ready? Uttanasana. So feet together, come to the fingertips, lift the knees. I'm going to turn to my side. Lift your kneecaps so the front thighs and frontal groins are deep, and roll the side ribs away from the hips. Mounds of the foot, bear weight. Then, now listen, as you descend the heels, lift through the inner ankles so the tailbone is in. The abdomen deepens, and with your exhale, bend the elbows wide. Crawl the side ribs down the legs. Breathe, collarbones towards your ankles. You can even hold the back of the heels. Keep the lift of the legs. Any amount, descend. Keep the legs lifted, palms flat, or hold your ankles, your choice. Let the eyes close. Let the sides of the neck be long. Then you're going to slowly come all the way to standing with your head last. So heels down, tailbone in. Inhale, come up and allow the eyes to open. Be in Tadasana for a moment. So tailbone in, so the frontal groins open. Shavasana. Okay. Go on and lie on your back. Arrange the body well. Turn the arms out and let them flow away from you. Lengthen the legs and let them flow away from you. Close the eyes and begin to surrender inward. Open the mouth, the jaw, the tongue. Deflate the eyes back towards the brain. Observe the back body resting against the ground and allow that back body to spread out against the earth so that the frontal body can soften and absorb inward. Think about the back body as being like the soil on the ground. And the front body is like water. Let that water be absorbed inward, downward, deep. Because our practice kind of cultivates that soil, it makes us, it sort of primes us to become more self-aware. Not only through the awareness of noticing the body as you practice. That's a large part of it, but it's not the only part of it. Because if that was the case, you could sit in a chair and just notice your foot or your ankle. That's not a bad practice. But asana works in a way that it really does till that soil, literally and figuratively. So it makes our time there on that worthwhile. Like any spiritual practice, the more consistent you can become with it, the more the results just open up tenfold. I can't think of that word right now. But the results deepen with practice. Allow yourself to feel that tilled earth beneath you, inside of you. Drink up the efforts of your practice. Every opportunity you get. So that each breath, so that each moment is new. That's that beginner's mind that we talk about so much. Approach your practice with a beginner's mind, yes, but approach your day with a beginner's mind, your moments. This idea of thinking we know all the time is really difficult, because while we do know so much, staying fresh and new is also important. Begin to bring your hands onto the frontal body. And the left leg, and reach the right arm overhead. And turn yourself all the way onto the right hand side. Use the hands to press the floor away. Come on back up. And that's all for this evening. Namaskar. So good to see you all.